Crypto's .com shakeout, 100-plus projects fold in 2026. More than 100 crypto projects have shut down so far in 2026, and CoinDesk is framing the wave as a .com-style shakeout for the industry. The report, published August 9, 2026, points to a market that is quietly clearing out projects that never found real users or revenue, even as the largest tokens hold steady. This is happening in calm conditions, not a panic. As of August 9, 2026, Bitcoin trades near 64,968, up 3.05% over the past week, while Ethereum sits around 1,918 and Solana near 7652. The Fear and Greed Index reads 40, or neutral. Prices are not collapsing. The failures are structural, not a reaction to a single crash. A washout that echoes 2001. The .com comparison is doing real work here. In the early 2000s, hundreds of internet companies folded after the 2000 peak, but the survivors, including Amazon and eBay, went on to define the next 2 decades. The businesses that died mostly shared one trait. They raised money on a story and never built a product that people paid for. The 2026 crypto version follows the same shape. A large share of the projects folding this year launched during earlier bull runs on the strength of a token and a roadmap, not a working service. When token incentives dried up and speculative flows moved elsewhere, the projects had nothing underneath. Over 100 shutdowns in a single year is the market applying that filter at scale. The timing matters. Weak projects tend to die in quiet markets rather than loud ones. A rising market hides thin fundamentals because token prices paper over the lack of revenue. A flat neutral market, like the current one, removes that cover, and teams that were surviving on treasury balances and hype run out of runway. The gap between a token and a business. The through line in these failures is the difference between issuing a token and running a business. Plenty of 2021 and 2023 era launches optimized for token distribution, points campaigns, and airdrop farming. Those mechanics can bootstrap attention, but they do not by themselves produce a company that collects fees or serves a durable user base. Crypto card and payment providers sit on the more grounded end of this spectrum, and the shakeout is a useful lens for judging them. A card program that earns interchange, charges transparent fees, and processes real spending has a revenue model that survives a quiet market. A project whose only income was selling its own token to new buyers does not. When you compare crypto cards, the question the shakeout raises is simple. Does the provider make money from the service or from the token? That distinction becomes concrete with custody. If you hold funds on a custodial platform that folds, your balance can be frozen or lost during the wind down, the same pattern seen with FTX and, in an earlier era, Wirecard. Cards that let you spend from your own wallet remove that failure mode because there is no company balance sheet standing between you and your money. In a year with more than 100 shutdowns, counterparty risk stops being theoretical. Reading the survivors. Not every failing project is a scam, and the shakeout is not automatically healthy for users caught inside it. People who parked assets, staked tokens, or ran spending through a platform that shuts down can lose access regardless of whether the closure was orderly. The lesson is about where you keep value, not just which logos survive. A few practical signals separate the projects likely to last from the ones likely to join the count. Real revenue that does not depend on selling more of a native token. Regulatory footing, such as an e-money or VASP license, rather than an unlicensed gray zone. Transparent fees instead of hidden conversion spreads. And custody design that limits how much of your money the provider actually holds. None of these guarantee survival, but their absence is what most of the 100-plus 2026 casualties had in common. The broader market is not signaling distress. Bitcoin's weekly gain and a neutral sentiment reading describe an environment that is sorting, not crashing. For anyone holding funds on a platform right now, the takeaway is to treat platform durability as a live risk, and to favor services that would still make sense if the token narrative disappeared tomorrow.